Hey guys, welcome to my new movie review for The Disaster Artist. This is actually a movie that is basically what the makings of The Room would have been back when it was made. So this film, The Disaster Artist, came out in 2017. It's rated M and it goes for an hour and 44 minutes. It's directed by James Franco and stars James Franco with his brother Dave Franco. And it's about Tommy Weinstein's movie called The Room. And The Room is this is literally what they call The Room the best worst movie ever made because it's so bad that it's hard to turn away from. Like literally, yes, and yes, I have seen The Room and it really is a hilarious train wreck that became a pop culture influencer like never before, which is such a random and weird thing for a movie like this to like it's just incredible. In fact, the poster and the movie, I'm not 100% sure how long it was. I'll do my homework on this one. But the poster was up on this one billboard for literally, I want to say for like 5 years. And Tommy Weinstein, who is the main actor out of The Room and the director and the writer of it, he funded the entire thing. And there's this really, really interesting scene in The Disaster Artist where Seth Rogen's character, Seth Rogen's in this movie as well. He's one of the guys behind the scenes of the making of the movie. His character goes into the bank to cash his check to get paid for the job that he's done behind the scenes of The Disaster Artist, The Room, but making The Disaster Artist. And he says to the guy, "Oh, I don't. This is probably going to bounce. Like this check probably isn't going to go through. It's probably going to bounce or whatever." And to his incredible surprise, the bank teller, is like, yeah, nah. He's like, what? He's like, this account is a bottomless pit. Like, literally. Yeah, and maybe it was inheritance. Who knows? Who knows? But Tommy Weinstein was a incredibly wealthy person. And yeah, maybe it was given to him. Maybe he's royalty in some degree. Who knows? Anyway, one of the funny things about Tommy Weinstein that I found really, really interesting is I actually watched a ton of interviews prior to this movie actually coming out in cinemas, and I have to tell you guys, just before I get into that side of stuff, this movie is so good. Like James Franco as Tommy Weinstein, oh man, wow, oh my gosh. Like seriously, them in the same room together, man alive. Talk about actors acting as other people. Like this is one of those moments where it's like, yeah, okay, check. You nailed that, right? As I was saying before, guys, I was watching a lot of press stuff for this movie, like just interviews and just a ton of press stuff for this movie. And one of the fascinating things that Tommy Weinstein was was talking about in terms of James Franco getting his accent right is they kept asking him, and even Jimmy Kimmel on the spot asked him, "Where are you from? Where like what is your accent?" Because they just couldn't because his accent. If you ever hear Tommy Weinstein speak, it's really unique of an accent. I mean, really unique. It's actually quite really fascinating. He and I they never really discovered it, and they also asked him about how did you fund the movie, and he's just like like at the end of the day, if you really think about it, how is that anyone's business, and why do you even care? Like really, do you know what I mean? Like how does that affect anyone? You either like the movie or you don't like the movie. It's like, you know what I mean? I was very nervous going into this movie. I genuinely was. I really was because I knew how absolutely horrendous the actual room was, the movie itself. Like, abysmal. That's a bad movie. but it's the worst movie. It really, really is. Like, it really, really is the best, worst movie you'll ever watch. Literally. The Disaster Artist, on the other hand, as I said, guys, I was pleasantly surprised with this movie. I was really just not shocked, not taken back, but it was just something that I didn't see coming. I mean, I really didn't think it was going to be that good. I have to tip my hat off and a salute to Dave Franco in this movie. He really, really, I wouldn't say he didn't steal the movie. I wouldn't say that, but his character in this movie is just so authentic. Like it's really, really, he's just a sweet, kind guy. Like he really is, and he just wants to be an actor. And Tommy literally takes him. Well, James Franco's as Tommy Weinstein takes him under his wing, and I mean, like literally takes him under his wing, and he just wants to go to Hollywood. Literally puts him up in a really nice apartment, pays for literally everything because, as I said, he's got a bottomless pit of a bank account, and it genuinely is a really, really sweet movie. Now, there's acting parts in this movie where you see Tommy Weinstein before their characters meet up, because they actually meet up in an actor's class. Well, in the movie they do, in the Disaster Artist movie they do. That's how they meet up, in an actor's class. And Tommy just wants to be an actor. He just wants to act. He just wants to be an actor. How you see Tommy Weinstein, James Franco plays out this scene in this movie, and I tell ya, when the terminology overacting takes a whole new level in this scene. Oh man, but he's putting so much realistic heart into it. Really. I mean, he's genuinely, completely, authentically pouring his heart out in this act. You know what I mean? It's funny to say this one, guys, but I actually highly recommend you watch this movie if you haven't already. As I said, this came out in 2017, so it's a couple of years old now. But if you haven't, because of what you may have heard about this movie, or the off things that may have been said about this movie, as I said to you guys, such a surprise. Wow. I mean, a genuine surprise from a movie that, really, just like, what the heck? But just, yeah, like, and even situational circumstances that had happened filming The Room that people were affected by. I want to give it away because I don't want to break it. I don't want to break a good joke. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to tell you something and then you go into it and said, that he explained that, but it was actually funnier because it was actually worked out better in the scene. But there's some really, really funny moments in this film that you just don't see coming, and you genuinely just like you just ending up like laughing out loud because it's stupid funny, but it's really, really well crafted. Guys, I really do recommend you go and watch, if you haven't already seen The Disaster Artist. Have you seen The Disaster Artist? If you have, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate your feedback and tell me what you think about this movie. If you haven't, check it out. Seriously, guys, check out The Disaster Artist. As always, guys, I really value you watching my movie reviews. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell for notifications in case, I drop another review and you want to see what I've got to say about it. And please leave a like if you like this movie review. I really appreciate your time. You guys are amazing. Take care. Until the next review. See ya.